This is the sky in Cache Valley. Clearly, something's not right. What you see is the air you breathe. So how is it being poisoned? What's causing pollution in Cache?
We get these wintertime inversions set up, and what an inversion is a meteorological episode where you don't have any atmospheric mixing. And essentially, really, you have a cap on top of this bathtub that we live in, so air can't come in and it can't go out. And so anything that we emit into the air stays there for multiple days.
The cold winter air helps trap the pollution from our tailpipes, so this season's extreme weather may have had a hand in the severity of our inversions.
This winter, we have had more inversions than we normally have, and that's because we've had so much snow.
The dark blue areas in this map show regions with a snow water equivalent higher than 150% of Utah's average. Record-breaking snowfall means harsh winter in Utah, making our inversions worse. Mayor Dayton says we're still doing better than in the past.
Logan was in an EPA non-attainment area for a number of years. We're out of the non-attainment status, but we still have to report to the EPA in terms of kind of a maintenance plan over the next few years.
Logan may be in the clear for now, but the northern and southern Wasatch Front and Uinta Basin regions of Utah are in non-attainment. Our valley is catching and holding onto the pollutants we emit. Dr. Martin says it's contaminating the air we breathe. If you can't see it or touch it, how is it affecting you?
Our main pollutant of interest is something that's called PM2.5, particulate matter less than or equal to 2.5 microns in diameter. The reason that's important is that's the size that you can breathe down into the deep areas of your lungs, and so it can directly interfere with your oxygen exchange, so it affects your respiration. It can then also get into your circulatory system and affect all sorts of organs throughout your body.
This is a close-up look of a human hair and a grain of sand. The blue dots are the size of PM10, the size of dust, pollen, or mold. If we take a closer look, we can see pink dots. That's the size of PM2.5. Those are the particles that pump out of our car every time we turn the key. Your car doesn't need to just sit and idle. Just turn it on and go.
Over 50% of our pollutants come from our automobiles. Some of them come from our small businesses, our restaurants, our paint shops, all those kind of things.
Emissions don't just come from our businesses, but from our suburban homes as well. This fireplace you see behind me is an original wood-burning fireplace. SierraClub.org says that a wooden fireplace causes 8 times more carbon monoxide than a wooden stovetop. Winter conditions are ending and we're starting to warm up. We'll see fewer inversions even though we continue to pollute the air. Environmental scientists tell us the heat is becoming worse, and reducing our emissions is essential.
At the big scale, we need to work on addressing our contributions to climate change. So we need to reduce our emissions globally and as a country and as a state. That will help us avoid some of the most extreme conditions in the future that we might be on track for if we didn't reduce our emissions.
As summer brings warm weather, we'll see more clear and sunny days, but that doesn't mean we can ignore our problems. Cars cause pollution, but so do our cows. Dairy farmers say the agriculture community has been reducing its impact.
I think there's probably less cows in the valley now. Over the years, when we first moved to Trenton in '94, everybody had a dairy farm, and now there's down to a few that have dairy farms. They are bigger, but less of them.
Dr. Martin says these cows are producing the majority of the ammonia in the air, even if there are fewer of them.
That in the Cache Valley, literally 98% of it comes from the agricultural industry. So they produce the ammonia, we produce all this other stuff, and it gets together and comes out with ammonium nitrate in the wintertime.
Though as cows contribute to the problem, Winsgard says the health of the environment is critical for him and his animals.
We're the ones that count on the environment to feed us and to take care of us. We rely a lot on the environment, and if we have a wet year or a dry year, you know, we rely a lot on the Lord to take care of us and to give us the things we need, because the environment is our livelihood.